Dear friends, have you encountered such a situation where in a book you have read that one phantom limb is the problem of those who have amputated their hands or legs, and another book explaining that he had operated on the phantom limb and was successfully the pain was removed. Have you encountered in such a book where a neurosurgeon is confessing that although he got adequate number of warnings that a person's son was going to suffer with head injuries and die, yet he did not give heed to it, and indeed the person's son died. Have you encountered such a case where a patient's daughter was so close to the neurosurgeon that she demanded pieces of money, pieces and parcels of money, and extracted money from a neurosurgeon in the name of the closeness and friendship which she developed with the neurosurgeon while her mother was operated there? Have you encountered in such a case one neurosurgeon's full day was wasted moving to the court some 6 hours away because of some unwanted insurance company's case where the expenses were questioned from the patient? The veracity of the expenses were questioned. Have you faced such a situation where CFS was flowing out of the patient and the neurosurgeon adopted his own methods, even adopting a balloon to prevent the leak? Have you faced such a situation where a father removed his daughter from the expensive hospital just to save the cost, and the neurosurgeon had to break all odds and even risk an accident to reach her home and just place the tracheotomy again to regain the consciousness of the pale blue glowing girl at home? So, if you are trying to experience such experiences, then this book for you. I have just finished the book Reminiscences of a Neurosurgeon by Dr. Lokendra Singh. Whatever I have explained to you as an introduction is from that book. There are some 12 stories, very marvelous stories. Have you ever heard that speciality on one subject or speciality on one aspect of surgery has proved failing or has failed? In such a situation, one general physician treated the patient where the neurosurgeon has failed. This book gives ample of such instances. This book is not by a neurosurgeon alone. He is a very good human being. He even got awards from the Sahitya Academy for his poems. He is such a fellow who combines neurosurgery with humanity, poetics, and even literature. That is Reminiscences of a Neurosurgeon by Dr. Lokendra Singh. There are 12 chapters in this book, which, if we analyze, the 12 chapters cover whatever instances I have told you now the very edging instances where you are on the edge while reading the book. There are 12 chapters. You Are Not God is the first chapter. There I said a person came with a son and he insisted on surgery. He was given medicine by the neurosurgeon and that boy died. Then the rescue. I told the balloon incident. That balloon incident where the CFS leak was prevented. That story is in this rescue. These are not stories, okay? These are the real experiences of a neurosurgeon named Dr. Lokendra Singh. Then the killing silence is about the story of a person, a lady who brought her husband to the hospital. She just wanted one kind of assurance that her husband would not die. But in fact, her husband died. And the silence which the lady portrayed as a mark of protest just was having a killing experience to the neurosurgeon. Then the Sikh kebab is about a person who fell from a building. He had all sorts of troubles since the morning. He had a fight with his wife, he had a fight with his supervisor, and that led to the tragic falling of the person, and he fell into a very big rod which was very brilliantly removed by Dr. Lokendra Singh, the humanist neurosurgeon. An encounter of a different kind is about that blackmailing daughter of a person, of a mother who was admitted, and the doctor provided very good service even then he was blackmailed. God is great is that story where he travels to the patient's house and treats the patients where there was kind of negligence on the part of the family members. The hurt and the healing, this is a very bad experience or the bitter experience on the part of the neurosurgeon where a patient's son would not foot the bill, saying so many excuses that crooked person just avoids the expense footing. Phantom of the Limb, as I told, I read this Phantom of the Limb from an earlier book by Dr. Villanur Ramachandran. There he said that phantom limb was not operable, but here interestingly, this phantom of the limb is being operated by our hero doctor. The price of progress is about that story where the neurosurgery and the specialist fail, where the generalist doctor succeeds in treating a patient. He finds a lump in the back of the patient for the backbone. Neurosurgeon was thinking of lots of things. In a maze of thoughts, he just forgot that this simple thing had to be checked, and they failed to check. Then the What a Race, that book, that story is also about the human beings who just ignore their family members. A father ignores his daughter's treatment and takes the daughter out of the hospital just to save the expenses. And the girl develops a bluish color. Then the father appears before the doctor, and doctor rushes, even braving the road and the accidents. He reaches there and replaces the tracheotomy which was already there. Then the girl survives. Where the laughter, where the sorrow changes into laughter in this story. Then What is in a Name is about a very joking incident where he was sitting in a place and he meets a person, a very stranger, and they just exchange pleasantries, but he does not reveal the name, fearing that if he says that he is a neurosurgeon, the other person would try to give him respect. He doesn't want respect there. He just wants to be considered as a human being. See the humanity or the humanitarian brain which this uh, great neurosurgeon is having. The legal doodle is about the experience with the two advocates which he has, and one advocate makes the patient avoid the bill, and the other advocate makes him travel 6 hours, wasting his one day. So uh, this is a bunch of stories which reveals the humanity which a neurosurgeon is showing towards his patients, and even some bitter experiences, and the kaleidoscope of a highly acclaimed doctor's life, where sometimes he thinks that sleep is better than money. Why don't I sleep for some more time? In the fag end of the night also, midnight also, I am being called for service. If I just avoid some of my money, I would get the sleep. He says that, in fact, he says that the sleep, sometimes the sleep feels better than lakhs and lakhs of millions and millions of money which I am earning. Thank you, my dear friends. You would enjoy this book, The Reminiscences of a Neurosurgeon Surgeon by Dr. Lokendra Singh. Signing out. Thank you. Bye.